What's up, dope fam? Back with another video. No webcam today. I have a wedding today, so this video just has to be short, concise, and just a quick one just to relay to you guys. Look, the charts are looking great, but nonetheless, it will be a Bitcoin market analysis. And without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow those pages. But let's get right into it. So first of all, for Bitcoin, lower time frames, it's looking quite bullish. It's looking like we're probably gonna hit the 96k region, like probably today or this week. And reason being is the MACD is starting to traverse to the upside. It looks like it's gonna flip over, and this consolidation looks like it just had a nice little fake out, and looks like we're actually gonna get a close above here and maybe make two new highs for 96k. So when it comes to that, lower time frames looks quite bullish, but obviously for me personally, you always want to look at the higher time frame kind of stuff. So when it comes to that, and just to give you guys a recap, we want to see a higher high on the weekly, as well as just the RSI flipping trend. So as you guys can see, we've smashed through the previous lower highs on the weekly. When it comes to the daily as well, we've absolutely demolished it. We've had closes above our previous like major higher high. This higher high here was actually the US Bank Reserve listing Bitcoin as a reserve asset, and as you can see, it was sort of like a scam pump, which led to our major dump later on. So when it comes to that, very bullish. We're pretty much about a confirmed trend, especially with this weekly. We have 2 days to go to close the weekly, and as long as nothing really goes on this weekend and nothing crazy happens, it's looking like we're gonna have a confirmation of the weekly RSI and a confirmation of a higher high actually kicking in for the weekly. So obviously when it comes to that, the weekly RSI, we want to see a confirmation above, and we've absolutely smashed it. And as long as we hold above 82k, the weekly RSI is reversing. Obviously we're way above 82k, so I really don't see us like smashing down to the 82k region in a matter of 2 days. Something really bad has to happen for that. So looking quite good, and in pretty much in 2 days, I'm gonna be calling you guys. Look, the next leg up is on track, and we can expect a massive run up to 150k once that confirmation is in. Obviously, none of this is guaranteed. None of this is financial advice. It's just all my opinion. But just looking at this current bull cycle, every time we've broken out this weekly RSI, typically Bitcoin has done a doubling. The previous run was 110%, and the previous was a 90%. So as long as we hit the average of about 100% from the lows, we can expect about 150k Bitcoin in the next few months. And obviously with Ethereum, obviously outperforming Bitcoin as it traditionally does at the later end of the cycle, we can expect Ethereum and our base native tokens to really pump. Next part of the charts are the total coin market cap, also looking really good. We're about to complete a higher high for the weekly close as well. MACD is also starting to reverse as well, which is good to see. It just indicates there is seller exhaustion, and we're probably going to have a crossover soon, probably sometime in May. Hence why I think we might have a higher low during May. And obviously these kind of trend changes typically have consolidation and dips, which are perfectly healthy and fine. When it comes to liquidations, like obviously there's a lot of liquidations above us and below us to keep note, so we might have some volatility during the weekend. But something super interesting, which is and pretty funny as well, the long short ratio, more people are actually shorting than pretty much the last few days. So the long short ratio has actually been trending lower, which is just super funny. So it looks like we didn't technically get a new low as seen here, but it's just pretty funny to see that the last time it got this major on the shorts, we were at the 88k region now, and we're at 95k, and there's more people than ever shorting the market. So pretty funny to see. It just shows that there is just a lot of despair with the bears. Like they really don't want the big Bitcoin price to really pump from here, and it just really shows that they're either offside or just completely just shorting the markets because they just somehow think, look, that we're probably going to go down to a bear market. But that is not the case. And obviously, going back to what I've been saying in the past, pretty much every time the long-short ratio has flipped to a majority short, we've had a major bottoming process, and shortly after we leg up. So as you can see here, this long-short ratio got ticked over to the red side, and that was during our major leg up to the upside. Our previous one back at 40k Bitcoin to 70k run, we also had the same thing. And just something to note, it's actually more shorts currently now than we've ever had previously. So let's see how it goes. It could indicate that we actually might do more than a doubling shortly, like in the next few months. But we'll see how it goes. But nonetheless, the checkbox is the majority is short or offside, and this is what we want to see with a Bitcoin leg up, and just to liquidate all those shorts and pretty much just get people to get like locked out from this rally, and they'll just be FOMOing and chasing higher prices. Next part of the video is tweets. So Tech Dev's just showing the global liquidity attached with the gold and Bitcoin charts. Last time gold went parabolic as gold liquidity surged out of its retested breakout, Bitcoin launched 500%. I'm not calling for Bitcoin to go 500%, but as you can see, it's pretty easy to connect the dots. Every time gold has completed its parabolic run, consolidated, and also the global liquidity continuing upside, we can expect if global liquidity keeps going up and the gold chart actually completes its parabolic phase and consolidates from here, we can definitely expect Bitcoin to have a major run from here, probably at least a doubling. Let's see how it goes past that, because the previous time this has actually clicked over, we went up 500%. But let's see how it goes, but it's looking quite good for that. Next tweet is about Ethereum to the Bitcoin chart. So every time the DXY has broken down, it's pretty much indicated a bottoming for the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So as you can see, DXY is really breaking down, and we can expect probably the next few months. Ideally, what happens from here, the DXY keeps grinding down lower, and then because of that, the DXY just shows that the markets are going risk on. And since Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is an indicator of if the market is risk on, we can then expect the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart to really start ramping up, because this is just a major inverse parabola. And parabolas typically go to the downside or upside fast, but then it crashes up the opposite way shortly after. So this inverse parabola is really going hard to the downside, so we can expect a nice uprising once it gets broken. And the DXY just breaking down is an indicator and sort of front running what Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is about to do. And result is Ethereum will pump, and our base native ecosystem tokens will also pump because of that. Last tweet of the day is by Kush. So there still isn't a better setup in financial markets. This is an absolute massive Wyckoff accumulation pattern. As you can see, it looks pretty textbook to me, and it seems like we're ready, like Bitcoin's really ready to bounce. And the targets are 150k, and let's see if we get that final consolidation, then a leg up. I'm not sure if we get that as always, but at the minimum, we can expect around 150k Bitcoin on its leg up. And let's just see how Bitcoin reacts around there, and see if we actually can get another doubling to the 300k area. But nonetheless, super bullish in the markets, super bullish in Bitcoin. When it comes to Bitcoin short term, I think it actually has another leg up to about 100k or so. But nonetheless, don't jump the gun. That's just my thoughts. And I really think that base chain in Ethereum is really set to really break out from here. And we just have to wait till Bitcoin breaks all-time high, and wait more time for the DXY to keep on breaking down, because it will just indicate Ethereum and Bitcoin chart is really about to break out from there. So that's all to the video, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys want me to cover any other base native tokens. And that's all to the video, guys. Peace.